battuto, beh, lascio cadere da qualche parte.
from Gryf, Bielsko-Biała, so the deep south of Poland, and Piotr Janeczek, Akademia Szermierki. Let's give it up for these two.
Great fighters, both of them. And we are going to stream this one live.
The judges are ready? You may begin.
And welcome to the Commentators Lounge. We are Mieszko Broniarek and Christopher Stanson. Christopher Stanson is our guest from Sweden and a great fighter. Hello.
Hello. The interesting to see this was most of the HEMA fans are probably more used to a longer sword instead of a messer and buckler. It is more typical from this point of the continent, I would guess.
I suppose. Let's take a look at what these two are doing. So far, just tapping on each other. I don't see a lot of naggle defenses in these fights. Okay, we have a first hit.
First hit.
It sounded like plastic. Mm-hmm. And let's see on the replay.
Yeah.
And bam. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting because they're both on the same lines, the lefty versus the right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Michał is, by the way, a magnificent athlete. He is really well prepared physically for this fight, and he is really belligerent. Yeah, the first exchange, buckler to buckler, and yeah, we got a double hit.
Yeah, double hit as well. High line and low line.
Yeah, buckler action is completely forbidden in Poland and a lot of European countries because it's just dangerous. Today, one of the fighters got awarded a black card for an under punch with the buckler to the jaw of no one else than Piotr Janeczek, the one on the left, the man with the joker on his mesh.
The last couple seems to be a no call.
All right.
Looks like a double. The judges call it a double.
A lot of steel in this blow.
Oh, seems
well,
like
all
to see
right.
the replay on that. No challenge, so that probably is correct. You do get two challenges.
Yes, in the finals and in the brackets you get two challenges. Yes.
Match went 7 points, 1 round.
And Michał lands on the parry prepared by Kórnik. And we have something that might... Yeah, it's a double, yeah. Piotrek is actually a bit of an unexpected figure here. While we like and respect him, he was actually losing to one of the contestants from abroad, who was awarded the black card, which is why Piotrek is here, but apparently he is holding his ground really well.
Right now it's 1-2, and it can't be more even than that.
We have a simultaneous attack from both fencers. Blue fencer is the head, while the yellow fencer is the foot, which is a forbidden area of attack, which we cannot
Okay,
award.
So
that's interesting.
a double, but not a double.
Yeah.
Fine. So Piotrek is challenging. Piotrek is challenging the decision. The judges think he hit the foot, and the replay shows something that might not be a foot at all, more like an ankle. But let's see what the judges say. There we go. Yeah, this fishing movement is funny because sometimes the fencers do get caught on this, like a surprise stab in the face.
They do indeed. It's not super clear on the instant replay what happened, but I see sometimes a lot of hits that starts on the shin may stop on the foot, and that could sometimes be called foot as well. So
Precisely.
what is counted here? And what did he just see?
Well, it was an ankle then.
Your attack finished it first hit the
Oh, you're right. Okay.
record. So double hit and just a verbal warning, try to not attack the forbidden area.
So verbal warning. So
Yeah. So no loss to the score.
which is quite common to see, like the shin hits go down in the foot in those angles. So I'm not totally surprised.
All right. Piotrek is using his favorite hanging guards. He usually starts with that. He can use that quite effectively. It's not just a stance. He actually uses that actively. Okay, there was a slice on the leg, on the upper leg area. Look at that. Piotrek is gaining an advantage. Good for him.
In this case, the hanging pair worked very well to get a hit on the wrong side of his body, so they're making it hard to recover for the second hit. And this rule set doesn't have a priority parry post rule, as we will see later on in Sabre.
True that. This one is really flat when it comes to hits. You either hit or you double. That's it. There are no priorities, as you said. The last weapon, that's not the last weapon that does it. But I think it works well for the sword and buckler. Oh, right. Ouch. This was, oh dear. This was a blow to the back of the head. First protected by the buckler well, and oh, let's see if the judges see it as we do, but I say that was a big no-no.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's a redoublement clearly to the back of the neck. This was dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, Piotr is down, but he's
Yes.
not exposing his head, like turning it away, but he is down, so his co-competitor has to be careful. When
Absolutely. At this point, he was actually defending himself effectively.
But it almost looks like he stopped fencing because he probably heard a stop or thought it would be a stop from that hit.
Yeah, pretty much. I think this is it. A stop is not necessarily heard in such conditions. You make a lot of noise with the buckler.
That's why you should always continue fencing, even though it's fencing defensively, just protecting yourself.
So 1 point for yellow.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay, so Michał is not punished for striking the back of the neck.
Not even a verbal warning would have had. That's
Not even that, yes.
Yeah, I find it a little bit strange. Like,
And they're slowly but inevitably running out of time.
20 seconds.
still 2 points.
It doesn't pay for Piotrek to try anything risky.
30 seconds.
Now we can just go for basically a double out if we want to play this tactically, but that's...
Okay, let's see what happened. All right, we got a nice replay here. And bam.
Yeah. And Piotr brings his point behind back, so the judges will probably see it as a winding up and out of tempo. Yeah.
Yes, this definitely was out of tempo, yes. Okay, so Piotrek is challenging the tempo situation. So he must have felt both the hit he landed and received.
So the problem with short tempos is like every small mistake you do in tempo, it makes it so much larger relatively.
That's true. I mean, every single idea in the rule set can be played and does have the downsides. So.
It can. So was it?
Michał, Okay, so Michał is going to finish the verdict, and we need a little technical break to prepare the software. There's been an error in the software.
The challenge was accepted, so it's counted as he's starting to moving the blade. So that's counts as being in tempo, calling it the double then instead.
Good enough for me. I'm not judging this one, so I'll accept any verdict.
Let's exchange.
It has to go for 3. Basically, Piotr doesn't need to protect his legs. He can take a 1.
Yep, pretty much. Okay, they're just measuring each other up. But... All right, so Michał does land a hit to the inside of the elbow. Well, works to the advantage of Piotrek. Looks like Piotrek won with a double hit. Bravo! Okay, that was a nice tactical win. All right, I'll leave you to it.
We have the first medalist today. That is Piotr Janeczek. Congratulations to Piotr. The next fight
Is the bronze fight in
Sabre Open. We are going to look at the following fencers. Jarosław Konopiński, Akademia Szermierzy, and Filip Łakomy, the Poznań fencing group Salute. Let's give it up for the fighters. Filip is a long-time trainer in the group, while Jarosław Konopiński is a relatively new fencer, if I'm not mistaken. So this should be an exciting fight.
The main judge, Szymon Łojak, like yesterday, one of the most experienced Polish judges. On the opposite side of the field, there is Radek Duszyński, the yesterday's medalist in the rapier category. As you can see, he's also a really good judge, as he has proven himself today.
Measuring each other.
Yes, they're being careful at first. I wonder if, let's see,
Looks like a double, and judges call it a double.
well, definitely both line judges.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got the first double hit.
Yes. So here, in comparison to the Stormbuck, we have the parry post rules that you get priority in the second strike after the parry.
Yes, and unfortunately here there was no parry, just 2 simultaneous attacks. So, yeah, no priority applied. The priority rules actually cleared up the saber quite a lot. Situations like this have become more and more rare for the fencers and less of a headache for the judges. Let's hope they don't repeat too many times in this fight.
Yeah. Agreed. Have to put some pressure on now. He's going back in the corner. 1 foot is barely in.
Alright, so now that's another double hit. It does seem like the characteristic feature of people from Salud, they tend to double out.
be the defenses fault. None of them are not going to be able to parry this, so then go for a double.
I mean, they don't want to open up either, so you can tell that situations like this will probably end up in a double hit. We got 2 so far, so yeah. Out of 2 bouts.
I feel the tension is high.
Yeah, the running joke is that these fencers like this could stand in such positions for the whole night, and at dawn, one of them changes the guard. So what do we have here?
I think it's a double because I don't think anyone making that sufficient contact to
Probably,
be a
yeah.
parry first, so no one can gets a priority. There were attempted feints from both.
But hold on, let's take a look at the replay. It does look like Philip lands an effective hit. But what he does, look at that. Look at the way he actually maneuvers with his torso to the sides. That's not a usual way to defend yourself. I've got to say, he's a good athlete, so yeah, there's that.
Can you be in the finals and not be a good athlete?
30 seconds.
30 seconds, and 0-0 still.
Mm-hmm. We were considering the possibility of ending a situation like this with a disadvantage in the longsword with different positions for Krieg and wrestling, which would force the fencers to stay at a distance, which would. All right. Took just one stab, like one thrust. And
Yaroslav just seems happy because he knows it's connected. Like there's no doubt about it.
No, that's right. And what I love about this is look at how we use the curvature of the saber. All right, congratulations! Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Philippe Wacome wins the bronze medal, and he does so masterfully using the curvature of his saber to thrust at the opponent the very last moment. Congratulations for that move. The fight was tense, and the tension is just going to grow from now on because we have 2 more for you. This time, it's for gold. So, next step, sword and buckler. For the gold medal, you will see Zdenek Bryn and Edu Sipila fighting in this here field. Zdenek Bryn, as I might have mentioned yesterday, comes from Brno, so his club is Brnesti Factory. Edu Sipila comes from Helsinki, and his club is EHMS. Let's give a round of applause for 2 really great fighters. Bravo!
The judges are still preparing the fighters, putting the ribbons on. Etu is in Poland for the first time, and he showed a lot of skill. He's proven himself as a really good fencer. Now Zdenek is doing his second time.
He won the longsword last year, didn't he?
Oh yes, he did, and a great fight it was. He won with Ville Valimak. He won long distance. Ville put a hell of a fight, but at the end of the day, he didn't stand a chance against Zdenek.
We'll see how it goes this time, because he's playing the distance game with Eto as well, and looks like the blue definitely connects, it looks like, but what happens from yellow?
Yeah, let's see.
Is there anything of quality there?
Yeah,
It's
there might be a difference in the tempo. Yeah, okay, all right. So there's a double hit then.
Yeah, it's a double
Okay.
hit.
Okay.
It looks almost like it gets a little false edge.
Okay, there we go.
That's what it looks like.
Zdenek is merciless when it comes to long range hits. Any mistake you make at long distance, you're done.
And he's fast, both of them are really
Oh,
fast.
yes.
So both of them
there's
also
a good
competed yesterday, so let's see how much energy they have left today.
Hey, come on, there's good reason they reach the podium places.
Did we see blue connect?
Let's see.
I see a bend of the blade, but did it bend on the buckler or the torso?
Over here. I think might have connected actually. All right.
Nice. And is a
So
challenge.
Etu is going to challenge that.
Yeah.
This could still be a double hit.
If the first strike is thrust is not valid, then it should be a double hit.
Yeah, pretty much.
So then we have a video challenge.
Alrighty. And the slow-mo comes in. Yeah, the biggest problem is this angle doesn't really show what happened. Yeah, the bend of the blade might suggest it is the
Buckler or
tip has
torso is
stopped.
hard to say.
Yeah, but it could have stopped on the torso, and the a buckler trying to parry might have bent it. But it could just be, you know, a forceful blow to the downside of the blade.
Well, this is why we have judges.
Pretty much, yes. Yeah, the tablets were one of the best things we've done for the Black Horns Cup. They have a really good slow motion, and the screen is way bigger than a mobile phone. All
The
right.
challenge was accepted, so
Indeed, yeah.
So the other side had the tablet with a good, better view. So like we said, it could have been buckler, and it looks like it was. And then it turned into a double hit instead, as we suspected.
Yes. Yes. Let's see what they do now. They have plenty of time. The score is still relatively low.
Seems to be a clear hit for Zdenek.
Must have been the glove. Okay, so let's see. Etu actually admitted to getting hit, which is a really good, beautiful thing to do. Sportsmanship in its practice.
I think this time it was so clear, so there was no discussion about
I
it.
think so, yes. Zdenek parried the first blow and landed the second one. Let's see. Yeah, and there we go. Even if Etu did contact Zdenek, it's through the buckler, and it's debatable whether it will be accepted.
Yeah, as the judge commented, like fences shouldn't speak with each other, just you make sure. But in this case, where everybody feels they're friends, like of course we can talk to each other, but professionally they shouldn't.
Yeah, it's a final fight, so. Well, again, Zdenek is slowly building advantage on long-range hits to the limbs.
Yeah. He's very good at like backing away during the action and hitting
Oh
something.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, yesterday he chose the same tactic. He ran into the corner. He tiptoed into the corner.
And the fences agree on that it actually was a hit.
Well then.
I think there was a question about tempo, but the fences are in agreement, and then we should.
Oh, that's an undercut at the arm with the buckler, I think. Let's see. Let's see the replay. Yeah,
so
that's
sword was
pretty much
moving,
double-
yeah.
That's a double hit.
blue fencer attack that is short, then a ripple from the yellow fencer connects one point for yellow.
And Eto is in contact again.
Sword and buckler is a really noisy discipline, but it's a noisy category, but I personally enjoy it because you can judge by the ear and by the eye.
Oh yeah. Some of the bucklers can make the same kind of noise as the glove, and that's why you should never go on just the noise, but to actually visually see the hit as well.
It's funny how it tires you out as a judge when you have 9 fields, all of them sword and buckler, and it's just freaking noise. It's crazy. Wears you out really fast.
I can imagine.
All right, possibly another double hit. Looks like it.
Yes.
Yeah,
That is
for protector, you could hear the blows landing on something soft. Miro Lahtela is in the corner with Eto.
We have a video challenge.
Alright, let's
Okay,
see.
so it has been challenged. Let's see on the replay.
Yeah, I think he calls that attempted hand hits.
Yes.
Did it land though?
Okay, the blade.
Bent, but on what?
All right, another one. Okay, so the blade hits something and bends. It
Can't
bends
really
unexpectedly
see,
upwards, not downwards. All right. It could be, and with this resolution, it could be a cross guard, could be the glove. And then we have our double hit. Maybe the tablet will tell them more. Hopefully. Because we already have 5 doubles.
We do. Some of these calls are very hard even for judges, because at the end of the day they have to make a call, but they can watch the exchange and replay it if they want to, like if they're uncertain. It's like, so we'll see what they will go with.
I mean, the good practice, especially in the pool phase, is that you don't review videos unless absolutely necessary. It drags the fights. It's supposed to last 2.5 minutes, could last up to 15. I remember judging one that was over half an hour due to replays. Yeah.
Yeah, that's long.
You have no idea. It was painstaking.
And if he's right in this challenge, he gets to keep his challenges, or if they just replay it and can't say for certain, he also keeps his challenges. Is that correct?
Yes. More than that, if you still give a verdict in favor of the opponent, but change the verdict, the challenger also maintains the challenge. Retains the challenge.
So earlier hand hit was called Nagel, I think, and therefore a double.
Okay, so there was a torso for a leg, right?
Could be, both were quite low.
From my point of view, I was looking at directly at Zdenek, not the screen.
Then that looks leg and that looks torso. They call a double. So
Yep.
almost 1 minute left, 1-2. And a man's game still.
One minute left.
Okay, and the scorekeeper has just announced just 1 minute.
Buckler, and did something else happen?
I didn't see anything actually. They were standing their backs to us.
1 point for blue. What is later after the center?
Yeah,
There you go.
he does get cut roughly at the elbow.
Good call by the judge to see that, but we couldn't see it from our angle.
Yeah.
And Eto also admits, salutes his opponent for being thrusted in the upper opening.
Yeah. Well,
We'll have a hard
let's
time
not
catching
call
up.
the winner ahead of time. I mean, stranger things have happened.
But it's
Although
not going in favor.
perhaps, perhaps not this time. We'll see.
Attack is parried with a backer by the blue fencer, and then there is a report that goes under the backer to the torso on the blue.
And we're done.
I was still a challenge.
Ah, okay. So that was Ettusipila.
And then
acknowledges. Oh wow. Okay, so Zdenek wins.
So Zdenek, he acknowledges his challenge, so he becomes a double hit.
Ready?
All right.
Fence.
Well, at this stage, any display of fairness
Double hit.
is pure honor to me. Okay, so Zdenek is probably playing for time right now. I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to pick up any action. Oh wow!
Yep.
That was a good one.
I think Zdenek parried that one. It looks like
He
it.
he looks like he has, and he still managed to land a blow to the inside of the forearm of Ettusipila. That's oh wow.
Did
That's
the initial hit him?
what?
We
Okay.
have to watch the replay later on because we could not see that.
No, we couldn't.
Then going for all the horizontal cuts, just probably to go like either 1 point or get a double. Like you said, he's playing for time.
Blue fencer. Deflect the blade. In the same motion, kick your leg. Once later, to raise 1 point for blue. 16 seconds left. Ready?
16's left on the clock. It's
Fence.
gonna
And
be
it's 1
harder.
to 6. Yeah, all right. Okay.
This.
You got to give it to Ettu. He is fighting till the very last second. He probably doesn't stand a lot of chance to win, but
So he cuts, gets parried, and then
okay.
continues from where he was parried. So isn't enough rotation
but
to
that
score
was,
quality.
It was actually a flat, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, well,
Turned into something like a slice.
sometimes when you hit, the blade turns into a flat on the moment of impact and ends up
That's
to the
true.
curve. So you have to look at the moment of impact as well. Judges call it a flat.
Okay. 7-1 for Zdenek Bredl. Okay, that's a very decisive win. Bravo, applause. Yes, we got a winner. Thank you.
Okay, this was an exciting fight. Nine double hits. But there's always great.
You can't mistake that. 7-1 for Zdenek. Zdenek is our gold medalist in sword and buckler. Congratulations to him. However, I'd like to say I really admired Ettu's stance. Fighting till the very end was really impressive. Ettu, thank you for that. Let's give it up for him as well. That was a wonderful fight. And another one is lined up just now. Konrad Kramasz from Moczlak Łódź, a really great saberist, is going to fight
The French champion of the saber, Louis Lebon from Odessa.
Guys,
These guys are going to raise your shirt and let's give them a wonderful.
And let's hope they don't kill each other.
Back in the commentators' lounge. Like I said, these fencers are really impressive, both of them. I saw Louis in Paris. He was super fast, he was super precise, like you said. And yeah, Konrad is famous for his lightning fast attacks and last second changes of blade direction.
We'll see just the French also have a system of right away priority, and we'll see how this plays out in this game.
I am pretty sure Louis practiced with our rule set. The French are actually quite flexible when it comes to that. All right, looks like got the first double hit. No surprise here. Okay, that looked like a love tap more than an actual cut, but let's see what the judges say.
The arc looks good and everything, so even though it was on the very tip, it could cut the sinew of the knee. So
and he does get awarded a point, so well, let's call it a cut. Okay.
Was that in tempo, the riposte, or the after ball?
Yeah. I think Konrad was first to strike, and then it was for Louis. But yeah, the tempo is going to be debatable here. This might be a challenge. Okay, Szymon decides to refer to the video recording by himself. No, let's see. Okay, so we have a situation here when one fighter strikes the other. So Louis strikes at the torso of Konrad, and Konrad immediately responds. So this will be a really tough call for the judges. So tempo after tempo, that's a long double hit. Let's see what happens next.
Konrad was pulling back the strike as the strike was coming in, but started to move forward before the point actually landed. Probably the judges will correct. And face and head, tempo to tempo, probably.
All right, okay. So Louis does not take challenge for that. He must have felt that hit on the hand. He's an honorable fighter too. He admits, I mean, he doesn't call a foul. What happened here?
There were contacts, but did they have quality? Because it looked like almost like two passes, but I couldn't see any of the points connect, but more like slices maybe.
Yeah, they probably were actually.
And they called it double, so slices.
None of the cuts looked valid. All right.
And this time
the strike of the hand
out of the tempo.
Was the defense effective though? Let's see it. Let's see the replay. Okay, bam, and
so Louis seems to very clearly land on the hand, but then the tempo on Konrad, I think is that what he's debating here.
yeah. All right. Up. Okay. Konrad as Konrad usually does, tries to debate. Well, he is quite calm about it, but he does try to debate the judge's call. Hence the reference to the video recording. Well, it would be a shame if it were a double hit, because Louis' cut is really clear and Konrad's isn't. It could go either way.
It could go, but from the video it's I have to almost watch it once again because it almost looks like Konrad starts his cut before the hit actually lands, so it could be anything. Challenge rejected.
All right.
So Louis' point holds.
So we got a tie in almost 2 minutes. And
Low versus high line.
yes. This was
And are there priority for high versus low lines?
Yes. Yeah. Look at that. It's a leg. So we're going to have probably going to have 1 point for Konrad. Yeah. Louis hits the inside of Konrad's leg.
Yeah.
That's a pretty clear case of the low versus high priority.
Which we didn't have in sword and buckler, but you have it in longsword yesterday as well.
That's true. Yes.
Double hit with priority.
Yep. All right. No surprise there.
No.
Oh!
That's a hit, and Konrad turns his back, and the strike from yellow is late. No?
But even if it's a double, remember there is the tempo. There's the parry repose priority.
Yes, indeed. So we will go on
So
that anyway.
while could have been a double hit, it's still 2 points for Konrad. When you parry and repose, in case of a double hit, you are still awarded points. Yeah, this one was a double hit, unfortunately.
The double thrust.
A double thrust, yes. Wow.
Yes.
That's how you break sabers. Konrad makes it look like it's the Polish saber, which saw a lot of swirls like this. Wow, this was pretty serious.
A hard elbow, and Konrad will probably get a verbal warning for hitting the floor.
We should expect that. Yes,
Yes,
it just came.
and a double. Konrad landed thrust. It looks like it.
That's actually just behind the monitor for me, so I couldn't see it.
One
But
judge
okay,
suggests
bam.
it does, and one just says
Not
it doesn't.
necessarily. Look at that.
Yeah, because the judges making different calls.
Yeah. Thing is, it could have been a tapping flat on the glove or
Yeah, it almost
somewhere around.
looks like it ends up with a flat against.
Yeah. Look at how they're gasping for breath. These masks do let the air through, but all of that equipment is heavy, and it is a really arduous fight.
And it gets hot in there. It's basically we're carrying a winter jacket on you.
Pretty much. I mean, you can carry it in the winter. Radek used to come to our trainings wearing in midwinter wearing his fencing jacket, because why not?
From a person who has fenced all year round outside, I can say they work very well up to minus 30.
And that's saying something, because you're from Sweden. You got winters, like real ones.
Yeah.
Oh dear, okay, fine. Wasn't it flat then, maybe?
Yes. I would agree.
Sadly.
I would agree. Konrad almost gets away, but hits the arm, and then
Yeah.
He's still he's on
like
his way
almost
forward.
simultaneous. Oh, okay. That's a parry repose.
That's a nice one.
Well, Konrad has built a pretty steady advantage over Louis.
But Louis still has done a great job challenging Konrad in this fight.
Oh yeah. He makes him sweat.
Sometimes the points doesn't necessarily reflect how hard the match has been.
True that. Again, they're really both great saberists. Okay, someone does definitely get it. But I heard 2 taps. I wonder why.
Louis definitely followed up with a cut, but was it though in tempo? cut. So
Okay, so
He
he
almost-
definitely cuts the torso.
Conrad almost gets parried, almost. And then Louis throws himself
That's
in
another-
after that.
All right, so Louis doesn't challenge,
No.
and it's 6-1 for Konrad.
And last exchange.
And we have a last exchange, that's true.
And it ends up
It's a double
with
hit.
and that's a win for Konrad.
That's a little anticlimactic, wouldn't you say?
Well, we see a lot of fans are going in for something more fun or something more epic, but these guys, they wanted to play real all the way to them.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
Now, Chris and I have just been talking about how the score does not necessarily reflect the advantage of one fighter over another, and I think this applies here really well. Louis put a hell of a fight, and yes, it's 6-1, but that doesn't make it any worse. He's done a great job, and he's winning silver. However, the gold and the splendor goes to Konrad Kramacz. Bravo! Now, we will start to prepare the area for decorations. We will invite you down to, to be closer to us and the winners. So don't just go away. Stick around. If you need to go somewhere else for a minute or two, go right ahead, but stay with us. See you in a bit.
Think about me one more time before you go. Someday you'll know. Someday you'll know. Don't know what I'm going to say. I've been feeling this way for far too long. And now you're gone.
Come
Però stai lì, battuto per faccio cadere da qualche parte.